Hi guys, Rhubarb Stew here with another Critical Ops video. This video is going to be the first in a series of videos that will give detailed information on Critical Ops and how to play the game. Today, we're going to be looking at the pistols. There are currently 5 pistols in the game. The pistols are the P250, the GSR 1911, the XD45, the MR96, and the dual MTXs. Pistols are your secondary weapon. They're used when you can't afford a primary weapon or when your primary weapon runs out of ammunition. Besides your knife, your pistol, or pistols, are your last line of defense. You should always have a pistol on you, as you spawn in with a P250. Throughout this video, I'll be showing you screenshots of the in-game statistics of the guns, but because most of the statistics are shown in percentages, I'll be showing additional, more useful statistics as well. To ensure data is consistent, all damage is dealt at point-blank range to the chest or the head accordingly. I'll also be covering playstyles and what to buy. Buying will be in relationship to the first round primarily, since this is the point in the game when pistols have the most impact. Let's get started with the P250. The P250 is the most basic of pistols. You're given one at the beginning of each round. It is also the cheapest of the pistols if you would wish to purchase one, coming in at $300. However, you should never be purchasing a P250 as there are much better options. Like all pistols in the game, the P250 is a one-shot headshot without a helmet. At point-blank range, it deals 52 damage, making it a 2-shot kill at point-blank, and a 3 to 4-shot kill at medium ranges. In comparison to other pistols, it's actually quite effective, unlike what most of the community seems to think. The damage of the P250 begins to fall short once we factor in armor. The P250 has the worst armor penetration of any gun in the game, making it only effective during the first round. At point-blank range with armor to the chest, it only deals 18 damage. 18 damage. It's a 44 damage headshot at point-blank range. This is horrible. It makes it a 3-shot headshot against an armored player. This makes it very, very, very ineffective after the first round. This is why many people consider the P250 to not be a good weapon. However, it is a good weapon, just not after the first round. The spray pattern is easy to control. The gun only kicks up once, making it very easy. You just have to pull down after it fires the first time. The P250 is very inaccurate, actually the most inaccurate of all guns while jumping. However, it is pretty accurate while moving, meaning that I would recommend running towards players while shooting. It deals the most damage at closer ranges, so you really want to get in close and hit those headshots to kill other players. Also, at longer ranges it really does fall short, so I would recommend playing in corners or getting as close to the walls as possible. Let's move on to the gun that I would call the P250's older brother, the GSR 1911. The GSR is the next pistol, coming in at $450. It is the only other pistol that you can purchase gear with during the first round. For just $150 more, the GSR is a wonderful purchase. The GSR picks up on where the P250 falls short, armor penetration. The gun has much better armor penetration. Against unarmored opponents, the gun deals 47 damage at point blank, and 39 damage against armored opponents. However, the gun is a 97 damage headshot with armor. This means you can almost one-tap anyone from long distances. Like all guns, it's also a one-shot headshot with no armor. The GSR begins to struggle with its ammunition. Each magazine is only 8 bullets, and you only have 4 magazines in total. Since it's a 2 to 3 shot kill depending on if you hit them in the legs or the body, you need to make every bullet count. If you're being rushed upon, the GSR 1911 isn't that great, since you'll only have 8 shots and maybe 2-3 kills if you're not hitting those headshots. However, with the low price, you are given the ability to purchase either a frag or a smoke grenade to give you time to cover and reload. You will need to pick up a gun off the ground, as you will run out of ammunition with this gun very quickly. With the GSR, I'd recommend a similar playstyle to the P250, but trying not to get in too close. It also works from longish to medium ranges. Hitting headshots is very important with this gun. It's a suitable sidearm even after the first round because of its armor penetration. So I'd recommend picking this up if you have the extra cash and you find that you're using your secondary weapon a lot. The first $600 gun is the XD45. The XD45 is unique because it is the only automatic pistol in the game. However, its rate of fire is almost identical to that of the GSR 1911. Actually, yes, it's actually completely identical. They shoot at the exact same speeds, just you have a spray pattern to control this time. The gun deals 42 damage with no armor, less than the GSR 1911, and 52 damage headshot with a helmet. As always, it's a one-shot headshot without helmet. However, this gun only deals 21 damage at point-blank range to the chest with armor. Does the gun sound familiar yet? It's almost exactly like the P250, just holding 2 more bullets and a few more magazines. The $600 price tag is not made up by the gun being automatic, since its armor penetration is almost identical to the P250, making it ineffective, mostly, after the first round. With the same fire rate as the GSR 1911, but less damage, there really isn't a point in purchasing it during the first round, especially since it costs more money. The spray pattern is hard to control and it's very erratic. The only thing that might be good about this is that it's fairly accurate while jumping, which means you can run in and spray. However, the fire rate isn't quite high enough to completely mow down the first enemy you see. Because of these reasons, I can't recommend purchasing the XD45 in almost any point in the game. During the first round, it's much more effective to purchase a P250 in armor. Most powerful gun in the game, we have the MR96. The MR96 is a 6-round revolver. It's great at long distances, but it can also function great at medium and even short distances. It deals 72 damage with no armor. 72 damage, making it a 2-shot kill, even to the legs. It's a one-shot headshot like any other gun, but also a one-shot headshot even with armor. The gun deals 64 damage at point-blank range with armor, giving it the best armor penetration of any pistol in the game. The problem with the MR96 is its small magazine capacity and its large recoil. The recoil is very hefty, and to tap fire accurately, you have to wait almost a full half-second. This means that the gun is very difficult to use, and if you miss bullets, you're really going to lose out on the gun's potential. I would only recommend using the gun if you are very accurate. Though the gun can work as a sidearm at close ranges, it is the most effective at longer ranges. Purchasing this gun on the first round is an effective strategy, but I wouldn't say it works for everyone. The gun fits a very specific type of playstyle, and if it isn't you, just don't bother. The only map which I can think of that would really complement this gun's playstyle during the first round would be Amsterdam, and since what we're seeing most of being played is Tokyo, I can't really recommend the gun. However, it is fun to use, so if you'd like to put in the time to becoming an accurate player, go for it. The dual MTXs are the most expensive pistols in the game, coming in at $800. They also appear to be the most, perhaps because they have the most ammunition in the game, coming in at 24 bullets per magazine. For $800, the gun deals much less damage than you thought it would. At point-blank range, it deals 52 damage, making it a 2-shot kill. At point-blank range, with armor, it deals only 28 damage, similar to the XD45. This makes it a 4-shot kill to the chest with armor. A headshot deals 70 damage to a player with a helmet. As you might be able to tell, this gun, similar to the P250 and the XD45, falls short on armor penetration. The gun is very accurate while moving, however, making it a very run-and-gun playstyle, perhaps why it's preferred by the majority of the community. This gun is only effective during the first round, similar to the P250. When using the gun, I would recommend running towards players while shooting, spraying down your opponents with the massive 24 bullet magazines. After the first round, if you're still alive, do not pick up the MTXs again. For $800, you have much better options. An example, Kevlar, or armor. Armor will benefit you much more than looking cool with dual wields. Regardless of how much fun they might seem or how cool the animation looks, there's no point in purchasing them after the first round. So what does all of this information mean? Well, I'm going to tell you. Or rather, I'm going to tell you what you should buy. First off, let me tell you what I like to buy. Over the time I've spent playing this game, I've experimented with different starting weapons. I've used every single pistol at the beginning of the round, and I'll tell you what I find effective and ineffective. First off, the MR96 usually doesn't work. Though you think the gun should work because of its high damage output, its strong point is its armor penetration, and during the first round, most people do not choose to buy armor, which I don't understand. Until people begin to buy armor more consistently, it doesn't make sense to purchase the gun. The XT45 is reasonably effective, especially since nobody is purchasing armor. However, the spray pattern is too difficult in comparison to other guns, and simply the $600 price tag doesn't make it effective. The only three things which I would consider effective to purchase during the first round are the duals, the GSR, and the P250. Let me break it down. The P250 is the cheapest gun in the game, but because you spawn in with it, you have $800 to purchase gear. This means you could purchase both a smoke grenade and a frag grenade and a flashbang, or a flashbang and a smoke grenade. In addition to this, you can also purchase armor. When I play with the P250, I like to purchase armor. I'm going to explain why armor is the most effective buy for the P250 now. The point at which the P250 begins to struggle is with its armor penetration, but most people do not buy armor, instead buying a higher damage dealing weapon. The most popular gun in the game that I tend to see is the dual MTXs, which have very, very poor armor penetration. This means you can go toe-to-toe with somebody with the dual MTXs and normally win with a P250 if you have armor, because they'll be dealing almost half the damage you'll be dealing to them. The armor that you purchased in the first round will also carry into the next round, and will have much more an effect than buying a good pistol. In the second round, you'll purchase a primary weapon, making your pistol ineffective. The armor, however, that you purchase will always be effective as long as the enemy team has guns that they will shoot at you, and trust me, they will. Moving on to the second option, you have the GSR 1911. The GSR sports similar damage but higher armor pen than the P250. Because of this, the GSR is effective playing against people who purchase the P250 and armor. With the GSR, you have the ability to purchase either a frag grenade or a smoke grenade during the first round, meaning that the GSR can be used to hold corners against people who are doing pistol armor rushes with the P250. This is why I find the GSR with a frag or smoke grenade to be the second effective combo for the first round. The last gun which you can purchase is the dual MTXs, or are the dual MTXs. This would be higher on the list, but unfortunately the lofty price tag means that they are the least effective of the effective. The high ammo capacity of the dual MTXs allows them to spray. As a terrorist, you can use this to your advantage when rushing, or shooting around corners, or shooting through the smoke. As a counter-terrorist, you can use the spray to deny said rushes. If 5 or 6 terrorists come around the corner, you are easily able to spray an entire 24 bullets into them. Though you'll probably die, you're going to be doing much more damage than you would with a P250 or a GSR. However, I would find that the dual MTXs would theoretically be most effective on the terrorist side. However, everything I've just said is my own opinion. Some people find the XT45 to be very effective, they can use it very well. Others say that the MR96 is great and you can shoot people across the map during the first round. And, well, you can. The information I've given you is based on my own research, the statistics of the game, and just my own personal playstyle. This is just the basics. A very simple guide to the pistols of the game. If you found what I've said here to be useful, drop a like. And if you found it to not be useful, well, you can just leave. Or if you really want to, you can drop a dislike, but tell me why in the comments. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. This is Rhubarb Stew. Keep on cooking.